the garage. Well, I'm out here and I actually feel like I might be sweating a little bit. It's going to be 80 degrees today, and today is the first day that I've been able to wear shorts in this springtime, so that's nice. I've been working on the doors, getting them prepped for the Toyota pickup truck, and let's take a look at where I'm at with that. Alright, so I got the drone out today, and I thought I'd give you an aerial tour of the new activities area and the concrete that I poured. And I noticed this as I was getting her up to speed. My scumbag piece of crap neighbor whose dogs bark all the time, I kind of figured out why they barked all the time, because this uber green Biden machine puts her dogs in this little bitty pen with just gravel to walk around on. Even though she's got a big backyard that's fenced in, she chooses to keep her dogs penned up in here so she doesn't have to clean up the poop in her grassy backyard. And if you think that's a dog house, no, that is somewhere where she keeps her other crap like lawnmowers and stuff. So they're basically on that little bitty pad, and there's nothing for them to do except for walk around on gravel all day. What a scumbag. On to the rest of the tour. This is the new concrete pad that I poured, and you can see that indeed it does give me a lot more room. It's pretty clean. Once I get everything else put back together on the truck, there'll be a lot more room. There's the Jeep over in the corner. And this is the sidewalk on the other side with the pad for the trash cans, as well as the dogs can stand on concrete. Nice. There's the pad for the bicycles. I still have to put the cover over that. I'm still designing on that thing. But overall, I'm really super happy with the way everything turned out. And I'm more happy about not pouring any more stinking concrete. I wet sanded down this one door, the passenger side, and it looks absolutely fantastic. I didn't see any blemishes or any problems with it. Probably have to hit it one more time before actual paint. I've got to go over the edges really gentle, but it looks absolutely superb. Next, I'm going to go ahead and wet sand that one down. And the hood, I was correct. I was getting some kind of reaction right in here on this seam edge from the primer on both sides over here. And if you remember, I had a bubble that came up here and came up here, and I really can't explain why. There's some kind of non-copacetic thing that it doesn't like, so I put just some Duplicolor sandable primer on it. I'm going to wet sand that down, go down over it maybe one more time with this crappy primer, and then probably use the Y2 over this, and it shouldn't have any problems with that. But that's where I'm at with this. It was kind of aggravating on that portion of it. I'm going to get started sanding down the back side of this door, and then that door completely. Here's where I'm at with the hood, besides just freaking aggravated. Right here, I don't know if you can see it, right here I'm getting just a little bit of, it does not like the primer. And I put some cheap old primer on it, which was okay, but it didn't cover it. So I'm going to try to just shoot this with some self-etching primer, which is good for metal. I'm going to shoot it on here, and it should go on pretty smooth. Let that dry real well, and then I'm going to be able to shoot over it with the 2K primer on both sides over here. But that's where these weirdo bubbles were, and I'm sure it was because of the primer and a reaction between that and the old paint. So that's kind of where I'm fighting with right now. As far as the doors go, that door looks great. This door over here, I'm going to have to put just a little bit of filler right here in that dimple dent that I found when I was shooting the primer. And I got a couple little pinholes right in here where we did the Bondo. So I'll hit that with a little glaze. That'll get rid of that. And where the Bondo was over here in the door, I think we're good. We got one pinhole right there. So I'll take care of all of that in this door, and we'll shoot some more primer on it, and that one will be ready. So I'll give it a shot with the Rust-Oleum self-etching primer. It's made for automotive. I actually got it at Advanced Auto. That's where I got this. I'm really just trying to seal it so when I put the other primer on, it doesn't cause a reaction. That actually looks really good. So I'll do the other side, and then we'll probably give it 2 coats. And then I'll be close to being ready to put the other primer back on it. You can kind of see like a little bit of markings right there. So I'll let this dry, put another coat on it. I'll wet sand it down and then try the other primer, but I think this is going to seal it up once it's dry. I'm hoping anyway. Jeez. All right, I mixed up a little glazing putty, which is just kind of thin Bondo, really is what it is. Basically has the same properties. This is such a small pinhole, little dent. I'm going to put a little glaze on it. And then I'll use this for the pinholes. There's a few little pinholes. Alright, that's it. There wasn't much to fix on this one. Just a couple pinholes and that little bitty dent. Let this harden up, sand it, and she's basically ready for primer. I got to sand the back sides and the ends, but it's looking good. Alright, so the self-etching primer looks pretty good. Can you tell I got a haircut? Ha ha! I'm going to wet sand this down, let it dry, and then shoot the regular primer over it, the high build 2K primer. And I think we're going to be good on the hood. Get it prepped, ready for paint. Yes! You can see I went real light on this and it looks good. There's no reaction coming off through here, so that's awesome. I'll let this flash out really good for about 20 minutes, shoot some more primer on it, hit this front edge again, and this thing will be ready to rock. And the door where I fixed the dimple dent here is gone, and the pinholes are gone there, and I had a pinhole here, so that door is really looking good. Just really waiting to put a little bit more primer on it, wet sand it, and then hopefully we can shoot these boogers. Alright, that's going to be it for tonight. I believe using the etching primer with the regular primer on top has solved the problem on the hood. I'm hoping so. Tomorrow I'll wet sand it down and we're going to be shooting these things pretty quickly here. I'm excited. Any questions, comments, suggestions, you can post them below. Appreciate you being a subscriber. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.